All right, so what we ended up doing in class today is we read for the first 30 minutes. So I would like for you to read for the first, for 30-ish minutes. So make sure you get that reading in. The next thing that we ended up doing is we did a reflection. This reflection is, in reflections, we're going to do a lot in reading and writing. We want you to really think about yourself as a reader and as a writer and as a learner. And so what you're going to end up doing is you're going to answer this question. This is a reflection question, is how is reading going for you so far this year? That is the bigger question I want you to answer. Okay, in order to answer that question, you have lots of questions you could consider. You don't have to answer all these questions, but I do want you to make sure you're using complete sentences and restating any questions that you did use to help you answer the overall question, which is, how is reading going for you so far this year? Okay, I'm going to show you what the kids ended up doing in class for this, because you're going to do it on the email. But the kids got this piece of paper, and they only had to fill out this first one because we're only doing one reflection today. And they wrote the question here, and then they wrote the response on these lines below. There are 7 lines here, and I told them they had to have the majority of the lines filled out, which would be 4 lines. So for you who are typing an email to me, you're going to have I don't know, probably 4 to 5 sentences for your explanation. So again, what that will look like is you're going to open up an email, and you're going to email me your response to this question. How is reading going for you so far this year? So you're going to tell me it's going good, it's going bad. You're going to tell me why. You're not going to have one-word answers. You're not going to just look at this and go, have you been able to find books of interest to you, and just say yes in your response. I need you to restate any questions that you use. You need to have complete sentences, so that way I fully understand your response to, again, this question, how is reading going for you so far this year? Okay, so make sure you have that email in there. You're getting 4 to 5 sentences to make sure you're showing me. Use these questions as a guide to help you to get more information across. So that's just what I need you to do on that part. Okay, so I'm looking for an email from you that answers this question. How is reading going for you so far this year? Using this as a guide to help you. All right, so email, that's what I need from you. The second thing that we ended up doing is we went and did Greek and Latin roots. So to show you what that is in our notebooks on page 52, which I know you don't have your notebook, and that's fine. But on page 52 in our notebooks, we went to the Greek and Latin roots. And essentially what this is, and I'll kind of zoom in so you can see this a little bit better. But there are different Greek and Latin roots in the sense of how can we figure out what a word is. So we can break apart the word to know what each section of the word means, and then we push it together to understand the full meaning of the word. Okay, this is a great way to just decode and understand the things that we are reading or other things that we understand. So we ended up doing some of them today. You can do this on a separate sheet of paper, and then when you come back to class, we'll just stick it into your notebook on page 52. So what we ended up doing, and I'll show you this just so you can see kind of the cool, I don't know, the kids had a lot of fun with it today. So on a separate sheet of paper, what you're going to do is you are going to write this at the top of the paper. This is actually one of the Greek and Latin roots, is Logy. That equals the study of. So you're going to write that at the top of your piece of paper. Okay? Then outside of that, which I'm actually going to do this a little bit differently because I don't want to show you what we have done so far. Let me get a piece of paper. All right, so what you're going to do is you are going to have Logy at the top of your paper. I'm going to do it again on a separate sheet. So you're going to have Logy, and that equals the study of. So whatever I'm writing, you are writing on your separate sheet of paper. Outside of that, what you're going to do is on the rest of the piece of paper, you are going to make 8 boxes about the same size. So I'm going to put a line down the middle. I'm going to put a line down the middle this way, down the middle here to make 4 boxes, and down the middle here to make 4 boxes. So then I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 boxes about the same size. All right, so that's what I need you to do. If I'm ever going too fast, you can pause and then hit play again when you get caught up. All right, so then what we ended up doing after that is we went through and we did some other Greek and Latin roots, and then we're pushing those together. So the first one we did was bio. Bio is equal to life, okay? And so this is kind of the cool part. So then what we're going to do is we're going to take both of the Greek and Latin roots that we have, and we're going to merge them together. So we have bio and then L-O-G-Y, which means biology. That is that word. So if you didn't know what biology meant, but we know what bio is and we know what L-O-G-Y is, we can figure out what the definition of biology is. So we can look at this and say, okay, well, L-O-G-Y is the study of, and then bio is life. So biology is the study of, oh, I forgot my color coding. Is the study of life. Okay, so we have that one. Kind of cool. So you can break things apart, understand different things as well. I'm going to do one more in here, and then I'm going to show you what we ended up doing, finishing up in class. But another one to kind of understand what the point is. Eco, and if you don't know what eco is, we were also able to look it up on page 52. This is where I got all of them from. If we found it, eco down here means earth. So that's where I found that at. So I'm going to write is equal to earth. And then I'm going to merge my two words together, eco, and then L-O-G-Y, so ecology. So this would be study of earth. Okay, kind of cool? All right. So anyway, so we ended up doing 5 more of these. And so I'm going to show you in the notebook what we ended up doing, and you can kind of write them down as I'm talking about them. So your sheet of paper should look like this right now. So if it doesn't, go ahead and pause and make your paper look like this. Otherwise, what I need for you to do is you are going to make your piece of paper look like this one. This is the remainder of what we ended up doing in class. So this is what you have right now so far. We ended up doing these other ones. So I'm going to go ahead and go through them. But again, by the end of this, your paper should look like this. Okay? So the next one is ZO. ZO, again, on page 52, is animal. That's what that equals. So we wrote that down. We know that LOGY stands for study of. So we have zoology. That's where zoo came from. I did have to add an O because sometimes that will have to happen. But zoology is study of animals. So we're combining the two different definitions, merging them together for that big word, and it becomes a study of animals. Same thing over here. We have ASTR, was astro, which is equal to star. We put astro and logy together, so astrology. So it is the study of stars. Okay. Next one, we have cardio. Cardio is equal to heart. So we have cardiology. That is the study of hearts. Chron is equal to time. Chronology. Ooh, it's a hard word to say. So it's the study of time. That can also kind of go with chronological, like chronological order. That also has to do with time. You put it in the sequence of events. Psych is equal to mind. So psychology is equal to the study of mind. So if we can take a word that we don't really know what it means, but break it down into those different Greek and Latin roots, we can then push those meanings together to understand the full definition of that word. That was the whole point of doing that. Okay. So this is something that you need to make sure you have written down. If you wrote it down on a separate sheet of paper, which is what I needed you to do because you don't have your notebook, you are going to take a picture of that and also send that to me in an email so I know that you did it. When you get back to school, what you'll do with that piece of paper that you wrote on is we will tape it to page 52, which is where we wrote this when we were in class today. Okay? So that's kind of what we ended up doing. Make sure that you're doing all the things that I asked you to do. So the first thing that you were supposed to do is you were emailing me your reflection on this. And then the second thing that I needed you to do was to fill this out on a piece of paper, take a picture of it, and send it to me as well. All right? So make sure you do that, and you will be caught up. All right. We'll see you later.